Hello, I'm Reverend Muata Rasuli, the Senior Minister at the San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living, and this is your Black History Moment. Mary White Ovington was born in 1865 in Brooklyn to parents who supported women's rights and the abolition of slavery. As a young woman, Ovington decided to join the civil rights movement after hearing Frederick Douglass speak at a Brooklyn church. After which Ovington helped to establish the Greenpoint Settlement in Brooklyn, and a few years later in 1904, the Greenwich House Committee on Social Investigations. There she spent the next 5 years studying the employment and housing problems of Manhattan's Black community. After reading an article in 1908 that described a race riot that led to 7 deaths and mass destruction in Abraham Lincoln's hometown of Springfield, Illinois, Ovington threw herself fully into the cause of civil rights for Black Americans. The author of the article, William English Walling, ended the article with a rallying cry to come to the aid of the embattled Black community. Heeding the call for action, Ovington arranged to meet with Walling, after which they decided to set up a national conference to discuss justice and civil rights for Black Americans. In response, and 7 Black Americans, including W.E.B. Du Bois and Ida B. Wells, signed a statement that was released on the centennial of Lincoln's birthday on February 12, 1909. A few months later, the NAACP held its first meeting. The NAACP established a board of directors in 1910, appointing Overton as its executive secretary. She later served as the organization's chair. Mary was involved in the women's movement and resisted the attempt by some in that struggle to exclude the contributions and the rights of women of color, including Native Americans, Mexicans, and Chinese women. In 1934, Ovington gave a series of speeches to more than a dozen colleges in an effort to demonstrate to Black students that some whites are also opposed to race discrimination. In these speeches, she would show the map of all the NAACP branches to show the students the power the race has gained. And keeping in that consciousness, that rallying cry of wholeness and unity that drove so many of us during this time, this civil rights time, this consciousness time for each and every one, those in for Black History Month and for all struggling people everywhere. We know there's one life, one mind, one power, one presence, and one eternal giving nature. It is the life, the mind, the power, the presence, the eternal giving nature of God, the good, the indwelling, and self existent one that lives and breathes and has its being in and through as all of creation. In and through and as me, it circulates in and through all existence in the same hand that raises every mountain, carves every valley, roots every tree, and causes the waters to flow, is moving and living and breathing and having its essence in each and every one of us. And because I know this is true, I know there is a peace so deep that it cannot be disturbed. I know that there's a wellness so powerful that is activating wellness in each and every one of us at all times. Our bodies are manifesting perfect health, perfect wealth. And justice is the activity of harmony of the spirit indwelling within itself. And I know that peace and justice and harmony are persistent in the human condition and ultimately prevails over all things and all circumstance. And for this I'm grateful, and so it is. And amen. Thank you for watching. Until next time, God bless.